Hey, how y'all doing today? My name is Mia Tia, and I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it off today with this song called "Love on Top" by Beyonce. So, yeah,
Period.
If I know the song, please sing along. I mean, I think it's a pretty common song, but yeah, let's get it.
That's funny. Honey, honey, I can see the stars all the way from here. Can you see the glow on the window pane?
I can feel the sun whenever you're near.
Every time you touch me, I just go to it.
Everybody asks me why I'm smiling up and near to here. Coming down, oh, never talking, but it's perfect as the fire through my chest. Better you love me first, maybe it's you.
You're the one I love. You're the one I need.
You're the only one I see.
Come on, baby, it's you.
You're the one I give my all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. But I need you with my love on top, 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 top. Oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. You put my love on top, 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 top. Oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. Put my love on top. Honey, honey, I can feel the wind whipping past my face. Every we dance the night.
Come on, Mia.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Tastes like another champagne. Every kiss you again, 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 again. Everybody asks me why I'm smiling up from ear to ear. But love, oh, nothing's perfect, but it's worth it. I've been fighting through my tears. Finally, you put me first. Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one I give my all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, put the love on top. Ooh, come on, baby.
With the love on top, 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 top. Hey, love, love, love. With the love on top, 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 top. Love on top. Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. The only one I see. Baby, it's you. The one that makes me all. The one I can always call. With the love on top. With the one I love. You're the one I need.
Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one I give my all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top, baby, 'cause you're the one that I love. Baby, you're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one
hitting them high, Mia, hitting those high notes.
Come on.
Thank you for that. Welcome. This is the very first Spirit Uncuffed. We used to be Spiritually Uncuffed. And today is our official rollout of Spirit Uncuffed with our brand new logo created by our Leadership Council member Basil Alexander. My name is Reverend Casey Taylor. I use they, them pronouns. I am the senior minister here. And let me give you all a little rundown. Grateful for Tasha introducing us to this format of letting y'all know what to expect over the course of the next hour. We started with the sound bath. Tasha led us in a deep sound bath, and she had to work to get us to get up and move on with our lives. You heard Mia sing this incredible rendition of Beyonce, and I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, there's a Beyonce song that's going to be performed on Sunday, and I didn't request it. This is like one of my dreams as a minister for Beyonce to be sung, and I'm not the one who had to nudge someone. And that song would have never been a song I would have asked someone to do. So I'm so grateful that you came and hit it out the park. Thank you for that. Next, we're going to speak our vision and mission together. I always say that don't affirm something you don't believe. Yeah. Maybe it's something you'd like to believe, but don't believe it yet. Wherever you are, feel free to ask us questions about the word choices and all that jazz. But that's what we're going to do next is speak our vision and mission. Then Mary Lee Jones, our practitioner, will lead us into the prayer and meditation portion. Mia will sing Dare You to Move, which ended up being a nice little preface because both of us moved this week. I didn't know I was moving. Mia just knew she was moving. I didn't know I was. But when I was telling Mia, I was like, when you sang that, when you suggested that song, something in my spirit was like, I think this is for me. I think it's about time for me to take a step. And then lo and behold, it was absolutely time. So I was grateful that song. So I was like, this is our meditation song for the month. Then I'm going to speak on our theme, which is the ultimate glow up. Mia T is going to do this Just Fine song, which again, so grateful that she, Mary J. Blige, come on.
Man, I've been listening to that this week. It's a song I need right now. I'm grateful that she made that suggestion. Then we'll do our conscious giving practice, have some announcements, and then Mia will close us out with I Am Beautiful. She runs out the door. All right. So this is a vision and mission, I promised you. I invite you to affirm this with me. We are a loving, inclusive community, joyfully expressing spirit. We honor, celebrate, and support each individual's awakening to their spiritual magnificence. We empower each other to create happy, healthy, abundant lives. And so it is. And so it is, yes. So it is. All right, Mary Lee Jones, want to come on up? You told me this podium, so I'm going to put the mic here for you. Be ready to go.
Good afternoon. I'm Mary Lee Jones, your practitioner for today. Honored to be here. And United Life Centers for Spiritual Living's theme for the month of October is Glow Up. And I'd like to start with a brief, thank you, Casey, introduction to the monthly theme. 10 months into rising higher and growing deeper, we're experiencing a glow up. New thought communities all over the world are utilizing spiritual principles to participate in our collective healing. We don't become brand new people overnight. Community connection, spiritual practice, and time have transformed us into the magnificent, wise, and inspiring people we are today. The work we're doing on ourselves is changing the world. Our spiritual work supports our world in experiencing a glow-up unlike we've ever known. Today, specifically, October 5th, the week's theme is the ultimate glow-up. Spiritual transformation is the ultimate glow-up. As we are nearly through the year with rising higher, growing deeper, our glow-up must be showing in our spirit, in our bodies, and in our lives. I am a brilliantly luminous being. To quote Pam Grout, author of Thank and Grow Rich, a 30-day experiment in shameless gratitude and unabashed joy, the still small voice reminded me that everything I see, everything I believe, is just a story I made up. It told me that in truth, I am spirit, I am light. All those voices, those wars going on in my head, are nothing but chunks of the collective consciousness that I can either believe and defend against, or I can transmute with gratitude.
Come on, man.
The real me, it told me, is kind, giving, in deep communion with all of creation. The real me is a true force for love. In Can We Talk to God, Ernest Holmes writes, "Love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy, argument, or force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. It is invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. As light overcomes darkness, and as the presence of heat warms a cool room until it is comfortable, so the radiant action of love and peace dissipates fear, hate, and confusion." With the growth of social media, it may feel like we are more divided than ever. However, in reality, we are learning more about each other. And many of us have become frightened by what we've discovered. Nevertheless, social media has created an opportunity for us to come together and celebrate one another more than ever before.
Yeah.
Social media is where the concept of a glow up originated. The ultimate glow up comes from embodying love and peace through our challenges. This teaching supports us all in experiencing this for ourselves. Dictionary.com defines a glow up as an informal term for a positive personal transformation, typically one involving significant changes in appearance and style, and often also growth in confidence and maturity, and sometimes aspects of personal or professional life.
Mm-hmm.
This term originated in hip-hop, notably from Chief Keef's song, "Gotta Glow Up One Day," which looks apparently as familiar to some of you. This was new information.
Word up.
Released in 2013. Over time, the concept gained traction on social media, often illustrated with before and after pictures that showcase individuals glowing up with age. The hashtag #GlowUp has millions of results across nearly every established social media platform. Those of us applying science of mind teachings to our lives often share stories of our own glow-ups, even if we rarely refer to them that way. Isn't today the perfect time to embrace our spiritual transformation as the ultimate glow-up?
Yeah.
Along the lines of transformation, the metamorphosis of a caterpillar to a butterfly is nature's example of a glow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Caterpillars are born only able to crawl on the ground. Becoming a butterfly is an uncomfortable journey. Their transformation process begins when they stop eating. In our own experience of a glow-up, we often have to release old habits and behaviors that no longer serve us. Then, the caterpillar hangs upside down. For our glow-up, our lives may take 180-degree turns.
For real.
The caterpillar spins itself in a chrysalis. Deep spiritual healing alone in the silence, for us, can feel like a chrysalis. Just like healing our shadow self, the process of transforming into a butterfly is messy. A caterpillar literally breaks down into a soup-like substance called imaginal cells. Sometimes our hearts can feel like that when we're doing difficult healing work. Rest is the final step in its transformation to become a butterfly. As we prepare our bodies for our lives to take flight, rest is a crucial part of the process. And the real glow up comes when we are able to serve as an example of the power of healing. Our decision to commit to our own healing inspires others. One person's transformation creates a ripple effect of a glow up around the world. It is now more important than ever to join together to help and support one another in our glowing up journeys, and in turn amass all of our collected lights to heal and inspire our world, thereby unleashing torrents of goodness, power, and love. As Pam Grout reminds us, and I mentioned at the beginning, you are a brilliant, luminous being, you, the collective you. Step into your light, embody your truth, and let your glow shine brightly for all to see as I take these into prayer. God is the absolute reality and only intelligence, the one infinite source. God is wholeness, peace, joy, love, perfection, luminosity, and the ultimate glow up. As my mind is an individualization of God mind, I accept the idea that I am now thinking with the mind of God. The Spirit of God moves through me as my spirit of self-awareness, and also moves through everyone present here and online. God is right where everyone is. It's the brilliant, luminous, glowing essences of God that they are. With the knowledge that everyone here and online is one with God, surrounded by acceptance of the existence of all the gifts, joys, riches, and blessings of the universe, I now speak my word. I realize and completely accept that the creative law of spirit is moving through everyone present here and online to bring awareness of the beauty and magnificence of their own glow and the power that it has. This is their spiritual truth. And I see awareness of the beauty and magnificence of their own glow and the power that it has as being every single person's right now. And I am so grateful to know this truth for everyone present and online, for the awareness of the beauty and magnificence of their glow and its power that is unfolding in their lives right now. And I release this prayer into the infinite activity of the law, which always says yes, and is now done as I have declared and fully believed and deeply felt. And so it is.
And so it is. Just want to go on the record that Mary Lee quoted a Chief Keef song during a prayer. I just want to say that. No judgment there, but never thought I'm dying a happy man. Never thought I would ever see that.
That's cool. Why don't you work that out? I wrote the content.
Okay.
I was the writer. So, like, there's no other minister in our movement that's going to quote Chief Keef in the global means. And I'm so grateful that Mary Lee made sure that it was incorporated into the Sunday. Thank you so much, Mary Lee. It was so nice, like, to be able to I couldn't have read that, but to hear Mary Lee read my words back to me, that was really, it was what I needed to hear. So thank you so much.
Well, I thought that was a prank.
Y'all, so thank you for letting me use this microphone, because definitely have issues over here, but that's okay. So
Let's get it.
I would say part of the glow up is you know, forgiving yourself.
Mm.
That's why I really like this song. You know, finding that redemption and then keep going. So let's get into it.
It's beautiful. Now she had to put Chief Keef on her playlist.
Welcome to the plan. Welcome to this distance. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. Everybody's watching you now. Everybody waits for you now. Whatever's next, whatever's next. I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to live just never above the floor. Dare you to move. Dare you to move like the day never happened. The day never happened before.
Let's go, Mia.
Welcome to the fallout. Welcome to resistance. The tension is here. The tension is here. Between who you are and who you could be. Between how it is and how it should be. Yeah. I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to live just above the floor. Dare you to move. Dare you to move like the day never happened. The day never happened. Maybe redemption has stories to tell. Maybe forgiveness is right where you fell. Where can you run to escape from yourself? Where you gonna go? Salvation is here. I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to lift yourself and lift yourself off the floor. I dare you to move. Dare you to move like the day never happened. The day never happened. The day never happened. The day never happened.
Woo! Man. Oh, man, that was good.
Yes, it was good. Thank you so much, Mia. So, this week, this theme, the ultimate glow up, has demonstrated itself in ways that I hadn't planned or anticipated. Beginning with, the part that I did plan and anticipate is our new logo. I knew we were about to be Spirit Uncuffed. And also, at the time, we had 3 events lined up for October. I'm going to tell y'all right now, somebody on the drag show team texted and was like, are we having this drag show on Saturday? And I was like, I am glad somebody said something, because I didn't see how I was going to be able to pull this off. Like, I was going to try. I wasn't going to be the one that didn't have it happen, but I could not see how I was going to be able to get it together to put this room in place for a drag show. I didn't see how I had it. So grateful somebody else said something, and that we are working on rescheduling for a new time in December with a Nightmare Before Christmas theme that came to me. And I love me a space, because it was like, that team was like, yep. You know, and of all the drag shows I've seen around town, nobody ever does that. So to have, we're looking at December, the first Saturday in December, and for me, that experience is what a glow up looks like. Is this what it means to serve in leadership with this community of recognizing that we've got 3 events for 3 Saturdays in a row in October, and my life took a turn last week where I was like, I don't have the bandwidth to do this, but I'm a trust spirit. That's my one job as senior minister here, is to always trust spirit. Every time I experience a challenge, I am being invited to trust spirit. So this morning, as of this morning, I didn't know what I was going to talk about as a result of the week. For some context, for those of you who are here for the first time, last week I had a significant personal challenge that was very public, and I talked about it to the best of my ability and had this emotional release. And this content, the ultimate glow up content that I wrote last year was when I was in a deep healing place. And I honestly feel like where I am now is all of the lessons that I learned last year when I wrote that content, I put into action this year. So that the experience of this challenge, the way that I've responded and reacted to it, came from lessons learned. And I feel really good about how that happened. So when I was here on Sunday speaking to feeling as if I wasn't safe in my house and that I needed to leave, before I didn't want to say this at the time because I didn't know what was going to happen. But right before Spirit Uncuffed began that Sunday, I had just gone to see an apartment that was it was less money than my budget, and was exactly all of the things that I wanted. There's an outdoor space. It's private. I like these tiny homes. It's a 1-bedroom, so I've got my own space. It's not tiny like a studio, but not so big that I feel like I actually, for me, I'm really, really bad at cleaning up after myself. So if a place is too big, I'm gonna dirty it up to a place where the idea of cleaning it is just too overwhelming for me. So I need something that, like, when it gets too dirty and then I start to clean it up, it's like, okay, I can do this. Versus if I messed up all this space, I'm just stuck. So I've learned this information about myself and know that these are the kind of spaces that I need. I also need a in-unit washer and dryer. I'm not trying to go to a laundromat. Yeah. And this is a thing that I know about myself. And a dishwasher is something that I had been willing to live without. I've been without a dishwasher for the last some years, but I haven't been the one in the house doing the dishes. So when it is my job to do the dishes, I would much rather live a life where there's a dishwasher. So to find something below my budget that had the dishwasher, that had the in-unit washer dryer, that was in the exact neighborhood that I was looking for, I was like, okay, dare you to move? Heard. This is my new spot. And got into this spot by October 1st. Like, this was like September 29th, and by October 1st, I got movers, and they were the same people who moved me last time, which was real handy, because they were like, oh, last time we needed to take this apart like that. Great. So it just was the smoothest experience possible. And I'll tell y'all, those new people that don't know about this, we had a member of our community that misappropriated funds, and have been really transparent about that experience and moving forward. And that person reached out to me and asked if I needed help with my move, and I was like, you know what, I do. You want to come over and help me pack? And that experience, it was so helpful. It was nice that neither one of us are like that we're able to move forward from a place of openness, from a place of peace. That she reached out. Yeah, thanks for the shout out to like this is what forgiveness looks like. This is what
dope, man.
healing looks like. And so we're just moving forward with love and transparency. So that really supported me in having this very seamless experience. Tasha came over. My place was packed in like 2 hours. I wasn't even ready for that. And so was able to move into my new spot easily and effortlessly. But the unpacking part of it is it's a thing for me right now. But what the ultimate glow up is looking like for me is that I'm not choosing to succumb to the feeling of overwhelm. I've got a lot of emotion going on, and on top of that, unpacking is not my favorite thing to do. So the fact that I prepared food for today's potluck today is a miracle. I even made some without celery with basil, and basil's not even here, so maybe I'll stop over and drop it off. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but the flow of things has unfolded in a way that feels like my ultimate glow up. Though it's not like Mary Lee said in her reading, that it wasn't this transformation of I lost 200 pounds, look at me, or I have this brand new job. What it is that I've applied lessons learned, and then I get to experience the flow of my life easily and effortlessly. That's what it's for. So today, I text people sometimes, depends on who, but like today was day 74 for one of my friends for the Making Peace with Your Inner Talker program that I wrote. And Donnell, our conversation this morning reminded me of that as well, because you kept talking about the word grace and this question of what practices could you incorporate in your life to remember to give grace to yourself and others. And for me, what an experience of the ultimate glow up looks like is that my spiritual practices support me in giving grace to myself and others. It's what inspired me to include this question in the program. And for me, this whole concept of glow up, the combination of Mary Lee reading this content that I wrote last year and me choosing this question from the program reminds me of who I am as a writer. So for 2026, the global themes content, I didn't write any of it. I wrote, this year I wrote June and some of October, 3 weeks of October. I was supposed to write September, but I could not handle it with all that I was going through. That caterpillar thing that Mary Lee was talking about, I was looking that up because that's how I was feeling it in my chrysalis last year. And so that hearing my words back to me and remembering that I wrote this program that I have not yet published. I'm in this place where I'm mentally preparing, where 2026 is going to be the time that I publish this. And I'm grateful to feel ready, that part of my practice of texting it to people is to put myself in reading these questions and refining them. Just today, this was clunkier than the way that I have it here. So in rereading, that's why I've taken my time before actually publishing it to make sure that this is the draft I want out in the world. And just this week, this experience of Ultimate Glow Up has looked like are people, I got my very first subscriber for Substack that is focused on this concept. Somebody reached out to me and asked for a copy of the program, and there have been some other people who've been asking about it. When is the group going to be? So as I was looking at the calendar, I made a note to myself. I'm considering the idea of doing a November one, and I was feeling like it needed to be at the top of the year to kind of be like a new year, new you kind of situation. But I also, I'm just going to ask. So the kind of people who've asked for it, the people who have it in hand, I will give them the option of whether starting a group like this in November would be a good idea. Because what I was thinking about was having support through the holidays can be so valuable. At first it was like, I want to avoid scheduling things during the holidays, but the purpose of this concept, this 90-day concept, is to ground yourself in spiritual practice through the hard parts. And I find that when we're asking questions like, what practices, like this 90-day program, could you incorporate in your life to give grace for yourself and others? If you're at home with your family, when you're being asked to look at this question, if you're on day 74, that's the question you need in that moment.
Straight up.
So part of my way of thinking is, as I looked in the calendar, I was thinking about November, that it would fall in a time where it wouldn't, if it was Tuesdays, it wouldn't interfere with Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. So we'll see what happens. But what glow up means for me is really thinking constructively of myself as a writer and really investing in me. No longer writing for free as a volunteer for the Centers for Spiritual Living, but dedicating that time, energy, and effort to my own personal projects.
Yeah. Sick.
So one of the big qualities that came out for me, this is new, like 2 months old. This is not even in the program that I created, but maybe it will be. I have a personal vision of like this 90-day program of over time having a 365 practice associated with it, daily guided practice. So I've been keeping notes for whenever I'm ready to write that 365 one. But this is a new idea for me that came from what my personal healing journey has looked like a lot is getting in touch with my emotions. I was raised, and I'm seeing some nods here, I was raised not to be in touch with my emotions, to shove them down, to pretend that they don't exist, to show up as a respectable person. And what happens when we let our emotions spill out is we're not our most professional, upstanding selves. And I come from a very professional family. And so the concept of making space for the heat of my emotions and responding to the events as opposed to reacting from the events is a new concept for me. And so what I've learned is that when I react from the events, it doesn't go well for anybody.
Yeah.
And the experience of making space for the heat of emotion, whether that is sitting down with my journal, whether it is taking a walk, whether it's just choosing not to have this conversation right now because I'm noticing myself feeling in a certain kind of way. And to be honest, I find that I feel the reason why I'm just now coming to this way of understanding is because I've never been safe enough to let my emotions out. It's never been okay for me to cry on a Sunday. Other places in California, that might have been a problem.
Yeah.
And I didn't get an email, a text from anybody here saying like, are you okay? Are you gonna be able to do this on Sunday? Like there was no side eye of any kind in this community. Where in California, that would have been a problem. So I've just really learned that I've been able to be transparent in spaces in Oklahoma that I've never been able to be before.
Yeah.
And that feeling of safety is what has helped me recognize that I get to advocate for myself. Earlier this week, Tasha and I were just hanging out having a conversation, and Tasha was talking, and I was like, you know what, Tasha, I am not in the space to process words. You sound like Charlie Brown's teacher right now. And Tasha was like, all right, like, cool, like we get to, whatever, like let's move on and do something different. Like we went on and did something different. And to be comfortable enough to know like Tasha's not going to be mad at me. It's not going to be a problem. There's not going to be a whole lot of drama because I told Tasha how I felt, or trying to hurt myself to listen to something when my body's just not even in a space to do so.
Yeah.
That I get to say, you know what? I do not have the bandwidth for this drag show. Yes, please reschedule. You know what? I cannot listen to what you're saying right now. Let's talk another time.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. I'm grateful for it.
That's incredible.
So I've been saying Mariah Carey. This is Mariah Carey. I'm gonna told y'all. Those of you who are brand new in the room, I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan. And y'all know actually, I've mentioned this to people in the room before, but I've never told you why I am such a Mariah Carey fan. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. When I was, speaking of professionalism, my professional family, when I was 9 years old at camp, day camp, my mom was picking me up like she always does, and my mom is the most punctual person you will ever meet. In fact, this one occasion from when I was 9 years old was the only time my mom has ever been late. So I was worried sick at camp, like, where is she? What is going on? Like, everybody at camp had already left and the place was empty, and she's always like the first person there. So I'm genuinely concerned for my mother's safety And when she rolls up, finally, everyone's gone, the counselors are getting impatient. I was like, where were you? And she was like, I heard this song on the radio and I had to go to the mall and buy it. And I was like, what? I was like, have you ever been late ever? And it was because of a song. I was like, I need to hear this song.
What?
So she puts the tape on the radio and plays Mariah Carey's Vision of Love. And I was like, okay, I get it. That makes sense. So we listened to this song till literally the single breaks. It took a full year for Mariah's album to first come out. So I didn't know anything about her. Nobody was really saying anything. It was like a song that was on the radio. The single was all there was. And then her first album came out, played that album till it broke. And one day we were at Blockbuster, dating myself, Blockbuster, and there was a tape of like some kind of like bio kind of documentary about Mariah Carey. And in this bio thing, she talked about her experience of being mixed race. Yeah. I had never heard the term mixed race in my life at 10 years old by that point. Being mixed race, nobody had ever called me that. Yeah. I'd heard biracial, I heard mulatto, which I did not know was a slur at the time. but the concept mixed race was a term I'd never heard, and also nobody had ever talked about what does this mean for you? I was the only person I knew in Chicago who was mixed race. So for Mariah to openly talk about the challenges and her experience of her identity, and for her song lyrics, because she writes all of her stuff, that she wrote about those feelings throughout her music. So as a 10-year-old, somebody was singing to these feelings that I'd had, that I'd never heard about, and no part of me knew that by the time I got to be 44, that this woman would still be coming out with new music. I really assumed, like, the life cycle of how pop stars go, that, you know, her career wouldn't last 10 years. And here we are with a new Mariah album. So, the album is called Here For It All. And it's the last song on the album. And she repeats the bridge into this like gospel breakdown that says, this is just a rehearsal, test flight. You gotta praise the Most High. And this concept really shines through the whole album. This concept of Here For It All is this idea that all of the challenges of life are inspired to recognize, to invite us to trust and know that Spirit has our backs. I knew I didn't know what to do about the drag show. I wasn't going to decide that for me. Spirit came through and had somebody speak up and say, is this still happening? Let's reschedule. There's no shame in rescheduling. That I didn't have to figure it out. And so for me to have this album while I'm in my own experience of the ultimate glow up, I'm grateful for the music. So me and I were texting about when I told her I was moving this week. She was like, girl, you okay? Because she was like, I knew I was moving a month ago, but, you know, for you just have moved in a week. You okay? Everything all right? And I was saying that as a minister, my job is to go through these challenges. How can I inspire other people to make these kinds of choices, to trust that, to be here for it all, to live each day as the best day ever, if I can't do that through the hard parts? So Mia texted me and I asked her for her permission. She said, anytime I think negative thoughts about a situation, I flip the narrative. Okay, this is an opportunity to practice this.
That's good.
That we have these choices of, we get to enjoy the fun parts, and recognize that the challenges are an invitation to practice, to praise your own understanding of the Most High, to choose to lean into faith and trust and know that this situation is teaching you something that needs to be known and preparing the way for your highest and best. So Veronica Ray posted on Facebook, Donnell's friend Veronica Ray posted this on Facebook, and I was like, this is our theme, so I gotta put this up here. She said, your glow will offend the insecure. Let it. This concept of insecurity is weaved into our culture. We are essentially conditioned to be insecure. So I put this here not to throw shade towards our experience of insecurity. We all have it to some degree and some level. Yeah. And how challenging is it to stand in insecurity, to stand in faith, especially when we live in a culture that isn't designed for that. When I was 18, thinking about 17, 16, thinking about what I wanted to study in college, I was torn between advertising and television, and ultimately chose a school where I can study both, so that I had time to make a decision, to choose my major that didn't make me choose the major the first year. I picked the place where I got to explore things for the first couple of years. And in my advertising classes, they taught us to play on people's insecurities. It was, these are the strategies you use to lean on people's insecurities to get them to buy these products. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, so that just explained, no, advertising is out for me. TV it is. And so knowing that in school, in major, I'll even call my school out, Northern Illinois University, a major state school, this is the advertising program, but that's what advertising is. Like, absolutely. The school is teaching what the industry does. And our industries are designed, capitalism is designed to condition us to be insecure so that we buy things. Yep. So this experience of showing up on a Sunday to empower each other to create happy, healthy, abundant lives is the most rebellious act that we could be taking. And I'm grateful that each one of you in person and online has chosen to do that. So I'm going to close out with Amanda Gorman's. I had this for last week because last month was Amanda Gorman's poem. Mary Lee read Amanda Gorman's poem, but there's light in it, so I had to take it for ultimate glow up. Amanda Gorman said, "There is always light if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it."
Come on.
This concept of bravery, I think we usually associate it with being scared and doing it anyway. But I think it's a lot more than that. And that's why I started with this concept of making space for the heat of emotion. Because a lot of time, what bravery looks like is not just doing something anyway. It's sitting in the discomfort.
Come on.
Letting the discomfort be uncomfortable and move through it instead of doing something else that makes you feel comfortable or denying it or going around it. Because eventually, you're going to have to learn that lesson. So you might as well learn it when Spirit calls you to it the first time. It's up to you. You know, we're all on our own perfect journeys. There's no one right way to do it. So I usually like to pray out at the beginning, but what I think I'm going to do a combination of the conscious giving prayer like we do, because I really want to honor each person's participation here and honor your financial contribution as well. So let me give you a little rundown of what to expect. Mary Lee's going to come around with a offering plate, and this QR code right here directs you to our website. So if you want credit card, things like that, you can do that on our website, and you can also give via text. If you put the phone number of, this phone number right here, text the amount to give, and the first time there'll be a bunch of questions, and then that's what happens.
Good.
All right, so I'm going to leave this up. You know what? I said I was going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to this, have Mia sing us a song. We'll do a little plate movement, and then I'll pray after Mia's song's over. We're going to step into Mary J. Blige and kick it.
Man, I had this song on repeat, bruh. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I mean, I would never judge you for keeping the song on repeat. Cool. I definitely did. When the song came out, I did. And I'm grateful to be re-invited to it. Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
Boy, it just makes you feel like everything gonna be okay when you hear this song.
All right. I'm gonna do my best, y'all. I might need your help.
Nah, you got this, Mia. Come on, let's go.
I need your help singing this one, all right? This will feel good song.
You gotta make sure you do the ooh. You got.
If you feel it, and hands like us, like you feel it, then I'm gonna take my life,
Just fine, 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 fine. Fine, 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 fine. Just fine, 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 fine.
then I won't take my life.
Just forgive.
When you're doing all the things that you
Wanna do.
give them up to the dreams of something more. Give it had a promise, believe in you, believe in me. It's been a really good time, I'm not complaining, and I'ma still wear a smile if it's raining. I gotta enjoy myself regardless. I appreciate life, feels so great, but it's fine. So I look for the sea when I'm looking at you, and I'm walking past the mirror. Gotta keep it happy, be together. But when it gets better, then I won't change my life. Just fine, fine, fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, then I won't change my life. I ain't going nothing in my way. No, no matter what nobody has to say. I ain't going nothing getting my way. No matter what nobody has to say. Oh, feels so good when you're doing all the things that you
wanna do.
Get the most out of life, you just something new. It's a really good thing to say that I won't change my life. My life just fine,
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 fine, fine.
fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, that I won't change my life. I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. When I'm looking at the time of my life, I worry about if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right. I ain't gonna let you kill it. Say I won't change my life just fine, fine, fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, fine, fine, fine. Ooh, that I won't change my life. So I like what I see when I'm looking at you, when I'm walking past the mirror. And then the night I time my life ain't worth about if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right. I ain't gonna let you kill it. Then I won't change my life.
Let's go, Mia. Woo!
Thank you so much, Mia.
We love you, Mia, too.
Yes, yes.
We love you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, it sure was. It sure was. So I'm gonna invite us. I skipped right past this conscious given statement. So let's affirm this together, and I promise we're gonna pray right after this. I live in abundance. I am filled with abundance. I give from abundance, and it transforms my life.
So it is.
So in this place, in this energy of abundance, I invite us just to take a moment to get comfortable in this sacred space, bringing our conscious attention and awareness to the breath, recognizing that we have an abundance of breath, that our hearts are beating so many times in one day, that we are living in the overflow of abundance. We have access to indoor plumbing, clean water, that our basic needs are being met. Right now we are inside, protected and sheltered. And I am grateful that in this moment, this experience of abundance, to trust and know that each one of us has been guided to this place by divine purpose. That each one of us has received whatever needed to be received today, is receiving what needs to be received today. And that we are always, always, always divinely supported. I am grateful to know that, to affirm it, and I invite us all to affirm this truth together by singing "And So It Is."
Come on.
All right, so let me run through some announcements. Today's our potluck. We, right after service, right after this, potluck is right in the kitchen over there. Feel free to stick around. If you didn't bring something and don't feel like you shouldn't stick around, yes, stick around. There's plenty of food. Please, please, please do. The Red Earth Vegan Fest is happening today. It's happening actually right now, and I'm speaking at 4:45. So if you want to go and cheer me on, it's right like by the farmers market, the downtown farmers market on Klein. It's that outdoor area right over there.
That's dope.
Yes. What's up and why? My cousin and I are mostly talking about Mariah's new album right now. Feel free to check that out on What's Up and Why. This week we'll be talking about the song Jesus I Do. Last week was Here for It All. If you want some context, I've definitely inspired this cousin to be a Mariah fan, which is super fun for me. As I mentioned, we are rescheduling the drag show tentatively for December 6th. I personally just realized I've got a conflict on that day, so I'm going to have to figure it out. Either I won't go to my conflict and the show's going to be on December 6th or something else. I don't know. Or my conflict changes because Spirit's going to do what it does, but it's tentative, FYI. Witch Fest coming up. Witch Fest is a big reason why I didn't have the bandwidth for the drag show, because Witch Fest has been a whole like community situation. I went to the Asian festival the other day, and there was a vendor called I don't remember, it was like Dreaming Dragonflies. I can't remember what it was, but it seemed like the kind of a name of a place that would be at Witch Fest. So I was like, "Are you coming to Witch Fest?" And they're like, "No, we really wanted to. I heard it was great. Or I heard it's going to be really great. I'm really excited about it. I'm so bummed that I can't make it." And I was like, I love that I just walked up to a random stranger and they are totally familiar that Witch Fest is going on, even though they're not a vendor. So you can get your tickets there. It seems like it's going to be really, really big. So I wholeheartedly encourage you to get your tickets in advance. The Best Day Ever Community Ritual is coming up on October 25th. There's a QR code for more information about what that is and what it's all about. And I'm not going to hold Mia up. So I'm going to, I don't even have your final song up here. Was that it? There was another one. We were closing with Christina Aguilera. So I'm just going to put this up so that you know you can drop off a prayer request in the treasure chest and sign the Kiss book and all that. And Mia's going to sing us off with Christina Aguilera.
Yes, and this song is called Beautiful.
Which all of you are.
Oh, well, first this ad. One second, y'all.
Nice.
Yeah, if y'all know the song, sing along to it. I'm sure. Have y'all heard the song "Beautiful" by Christina Aguilera? I love Christina.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, y'all. Have the best week ever.
The best week ever.